Hi everyone. Welcome back to All Kinds of Advice podcast. For today's podcast, we are going to be talking about Tory Lanez. But before I go into this particular episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let's keep it growing and flowing. Thank you. So, in a verdict that has shocked, the hip hop and rap community, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez has been sentenced to 10 years in prison by U.S. Judge David Hereford. So, this follows his conviction on three serious charges that relates to the shooting and wounding of hip hop sensation Megan Thee Stallion. So just to give a bit of context, for individuals that may not be aware of this story or have not heard this or seen it on the social media channels. So the conviction included counts of assault, which included possession of an unregistered firearm, and also discharging a firearm in a negligent manner. So it's a dramatic turn of events that has left many people reflecting on the consequences of one's actions. Okay. So, I had seen this story. I followed the case for quite some time, but I did see this story, posted on Shade Room after he got sentenced. And, it was hot on social media channels. A lot of people were giving their feedback, and it was a variety of mixed, reactions from both Tory Lanez as well as Megan Thee Stallion fans, that were sort of commenting, in regards to their opinion as it relates to the conviction or the charge or the sentencing that was laid upon Tory Lanez. But you know what I found a bit interesting, a lot of people are looking at Megan Thee Stallion as being the victim in this particular situation. Of course, it is reported, and we did see the court case transcripts, that she was in fact shot. That's what it stated, allegedly. But a lot of people were saying, they're super upset that, Tory Lanez, and, that could be like most of his fan base, are saying that, they don't feel that he should have gotten a 10-year sentence. It's not like the situation turned out fatal. Megan happened to be shot in her foot, but she's still able to perform. And a lot of people are looking at it like they feel like she wasn't really, really shot, because she was in the next day dancing up. I don't know if it was like at an event, but they felt like, people that have done, other things such as probably like, killing a spouse or killing someone, has gotten like manslaughter charges, which would equate to the 10 years. So a lot of people didn't feel like, this crime that, Tory Lanez allegedly committed, equated to the 10-year sentence that he had gotten. And a lot of fans were also saying like there was too much reasonable doubt, with the case. A lot of the stories did not make sense or add up, and other people were also mentioning that his fingerprints was not on the gun. So how could you lock up someone for 10 years without proper evidence? A lot of people felt that way. And then in contrast to this, some people felt like, Megan is the victim in this situation. She should be getting empathy and some sympathy from people. She suffered a lot. Megan did also come out and said that since this incident, she has not had she did not get like any sense of peace. She's experienced a lot of like traumatic incidents and turmoil because of this particular situation. She felt like, her name was dragged in the media and also by Tory Lanez for a number of years. She felt that he did not take accountability for the situation, and that transpired. And it was just like a lot of, mixed reactions and opinions. But what I found, the other thing that I found super interesting is the fact that Megan, I did go on her page and I seen that Megan has her section open. And I knew, a lot of Tory Lanez fans were going to go after her. And I was like, okay, she certainly has not had a sense of peace. I get like she's being resilient, but you mentioned that you did not have peace for a long duration of time. Why would you leave your comment section open? That gives people the door to open and say all sorts of things to you. And I know she probably may not be reading the comments, but how long are you going to really avoid the comments? At one point in time, you are going to log perhaps on Instagram, whether that be to post something, and you may see the comments. Like, I think the best thing for her to heal completely, I feel like maybe like she probably doesn't have to like delete her Instagram because people shouldn't have to control her in that manner. But I think like she should turn off the comment section, really focus, on her music, really focus on coming back with a big bang, perhaps, taking that well-needed time off. I know she has been doing some time off, but probably take some more time off for healing and that sort of thing. But other people are linking, Jay-Z to this particular the outcome of this case, because people are saying that, Megan is, tied to, or she's probably signed to, Jay-Z's record label, and they're feeling as if like Jay-Z has enough money and he probably could have perhaps allegedly pay off, the judges to foster a favorable income in Megan's favor, because obviously he doesn't want Megan's career to have to go down. But a lot of people are saying like she's canceled, like there's no way she can come back from this, you know, um like a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say, but I do agree, like, if she feels that she was the victim, obviously in the court transcripts we see that, she testified that she was in fact shot. There has to be also there also has to be a sense of protection for victims, and victims that obviously feel that they are assaulted, and there also has to be a sense of protection for Black women and women of color. A lot of people feel like women of color are the most disrespected women. So, we do have to take, both sides into perspective. Obviously, I'm going to remain objective for the duration of this podcast. I'm not picking sides as it relates to, Tory Lanez or Megan Thee Stallion. I'm just going to remain objective and, of course, report the mixed reactions, from fans. But I think something that can, that's useful, and something that is a good learning experience from this whole situation. When I was reading the court transcripts, because I followed this case for quite some time, I sensed that there was, some sort of drinking problem with both Megan Thee Stallion and also Megan Thee Stallion and also Tory Lanez, sorry. So I feel like the both of them need to perhaps do, some sort of rehab program where they're able to, overcome and control, like, not like, yeah, like their alcohol intake, because I Tory Lanez did mention in his statement on Tuesday that, him and Megan would get high until they were numb. And that's a problem. Like, you don't want, suppose like, Tory Lanez, I don't know, like maybe he might do like 5 years of like the 10 years or something of that sort. Imagine you go through that, you did your sentence, and you have not worked on rehabilitating yourself. So you're gonna come out of prison or jail, and you still have this alcohol problem. So I feel like that's something both of them should work on, so they don't find themselves in situations where, like, this was like a messy situation. They don't find themselves in this type of particular situations going forward. So not just for Tory Lanez, I feel like Megan Thee Stallion, as much as I empathize with her, I don't feel that, anyone should, violate women, or any violence should be, portrayed against women. But I do feel that she should go to some sort of, program to maintain anger, and also something that can also help with, controlling her alcohol intake. I feel that will help her a lot, as an individual. But it's a sad day for both families. Obviously, Megan, has got the justice that she felt she needed or required. But, this is, Tory Lanez is an individual that has huge contributions to the music industry. Hopefully, he is able to continue to record his music. Perhaps he has music that hasn't been published, but I feel like, he should keep the momentum going, keep putting out things for his fans that they're not able to, sort of like miss, him in that music scene. And then Megan as well, like use this as fuel to come out better. A lot of people are saying that your career is done. You perhaps show the naysayers that, that it's all talk and it's all smoke, and you're gonna come out stronger on the other side, and make even more money than you have currently at the moment. But it is sad for, Tory Lanez. He has a kid. It is sad for his dad as well, his whole family. They were quite emotional and involved in this particular case. But, as to my personal opinion, although I do want to remain objective, I will say this, however, that I feel like this case should have been, investigated more thoroughly. I feel like not all the facts were taken into consideration. And they should give him an opportunity for rehabilitation and able to utilize those services, whether that be within jail. I think that would be a good idea to help him once he integrates back into society. But another thing that I noticed, a lot of people did write letters of support for Tory Lanez as it relates to, giving him a more lenient sentence. One of the people that came out in the media, Iggy Azalea, which is his friend, she wrote a letter of support for him, and a lot of people are criticizing her on, social media, saying that, how could she go against, Black women or women of color? How dare she write, a letter for, this individual, Tory Lanez, I want to say, if Iggy Azalea felt that that was her friend, she obviously can support her friend. Just like it's like any other situation. If our friend is in a situation, a serious situation like this where he's facing a number of years, because originally it was like 13 years that he was facing, why shouldn't she support her friend? She did mention in the letter that was exposed, and I feel like that letter should not have been exposed to the public. That was very unprofessional. If this was, put forward to the court, I felt like there should have been a level of security and discreetness. I felt like that letter should not have been leaked to the public. It embarrasses and shames her and makes her feel that she should not be Tory Lanez's friend. And she has also mentioned that he has done a lot for her. He's helped her a lot emotionally. Even times when she was sad, she relied on him. So we should not tell people who they should be friends with, who they shouldn't be friends with, who they should support, who they shouldn't support. I don't feel like her writing the letter for him is going against Black women at all. Like, I'm going to just give my honest opinion. And I feel like, yes, people do make mistakes. If he, of course, it came out that he shot her, it's not the best thing that he did, but we do need to be able to, allow people to, learn from their consequences. And people should be given the opportunity for a second chance. Like, I do feel that, but I'm not discrediting what Megan Thee Stallion went through. It was horrible, of course. So yeah, and then people are even going against, Mario also wrote a letter allegedly for Tory Lanez, and people are going against that as well. Like, we cannot force people to do what they want to do. Like, if they feel like this is their friend, they've had a good experience, with him, why shouldn't they write a letter of support? Period. Anyone would have done it. But yeah, that's my thoughts as it relates to Tory Lanez's sentencing of 10 years. I do feel, that 10 years was a bit harsh for the crime. But the justice system did obviously provide some sort of justice for Megan Thee Stallion, and I guess that should be taken into consideration as well. But yeah, that's all for today. For all kinds of advice, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this particular case? What do you think about the sentencing of Tory Lanez? Do you feel that it was fair? Do you feel that justice was served for Megan Thee Stallion? Do you feel like Megan Thee Stallion is obviously going to be canceled? Do you feel like this is going to be the demise of her, of her career? Should she venture into other things? Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to get a discussion and a debate going. But until next time, I will catch you all on the next episode. And thanks for listening. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Ciao.